Yeah, he was nearly clean through. Great skill. But unfortunately, he would have been better to stay on his feet. He'd actually done the hard bit. He was slightly pulled back, and he was still going through, and then he opted to take the dive, and unfortunately got penalised for it. The referee right on the spot, though. Good decision.
Yokohama as yet unable to take advantage of this advantage in numbers that they have. The referee trying to play an even hand there.
Well, here he is again, and it's one-on-one if you can get by. There's defenders are there now. And he's gone over again, but this time...
Yeah, that time just a bit of a trip. So Liang really putting in 110% at the moment.
Well, in terms of entertainment value, it's all good stuff, this. And I'm sure this crowd, however many there is, are enjoying every minute, because it's been a very, very entertaining game.
Well, 4 goals
Yep.
so far, not bad value for money. The two-time J-League champions Yokohama against the 27-time Hong Kong League champions South China. This is Cristiano Alves Pereira. And a change for Yokohama, and on comes Kanai. Kanai comes on in place of Yosuke Saito. Mark, we're inside the last 3 minutes now. And we should have the board up in just a second to let us know how much time will be added on at the end of this match. Oh, not a bad cross, but an error there by South China. The pressure and the physical exhaustion starting to show. And the keeper saying, you played that all wrong.
Yeah, that's true. He was trying to say, why didn't you play it off your chest, not your head? But anyway, here is the resulting corner, and it nearly did cost South China.
Now, Mark, we'd have to see another angle of that, but that looks like Zhang may well have saved South China again. Perhaps not going in, but it sure had some pace on it.
Yeah, again, the corner was conceded terrible fashion anyway, and it did really cost them. As we see Yokohama putting on a lot of pressure now. Well defended from South China, but still the ball is loose. Very tenacious, the defenders. Oh,
great footwork, and
well, really, a draw is probably the best and fairest result in this evening's friendly exhibition game from these two sides. They've played their heart out. It's been really an excellent game of football.
okay.
Just saw there, I think, Andrew, there's going to be an additional 4 minutes of injury time.
Yeah, that's quite a fair whack, Mark, which I'm sure will play into Yokohama's hands. South China, I'm sure, would have been hoping for a relatively easy exit here to get into the penalty shootout. But those 4 minutes will probably seem like 40 minutes to South China.
Yeah, they are visibly tiring all the way across the pot, but defended very well. For me, they've played very well in midfield. They've won the midfield battle. And there is confirmation of the 4 minutes. Of course, let's, not forget the goal incident where Chris managed to direct that one goalwards with his left foot and equalise. There was a player down for a number of minutes there, so that's probably where at least half of this 4 minute extra time has come from. And And then, of course, we saw the South China player get sent off, and he was down injured for a little while, so it's not surprising, really.
Tanaka. Big chase for Toshiro. Back to Hasegawa.
So you get in the box, and there's somebody.
Oh, look at that. And that is Chris again dragging down. That has got to be the 4th or 5th time that Mike Kavanagh has been dragged down by Cristiano Alves, and I've got to give credit to him. He has not reacted once. He's occasionally looked around to the referee for a little bit of help, but he has never reacted.
He's going to have to. He's only a young boy, of course, 19, but when you play up front, you have to, it's one of the first things you've got to learn. You really have to be very composed.
Yep, he wins it. Chang Siu-wai there, dropping to his knees, saying, look, that deserves a free kick, and South China have one.
Yeah, good play from Chang there. Held the ball up very well. It wasn't his to win and hold up initially, but he made it his, and he's won a free kick. And as we know, set pieces for South China are very dangerous. Because
of the cross. Oh, so close.
Very close.
It was Alves again.
Well, the big central defender nearly made himself a hero again. He's popped it with the equaliser, and that was more like it. That was a more defensive, defender-type goal. Great ball in. Just inches past. Look at this from this angle. It's very close indeed.
That really was a fine effort from the 26-year-old. It's a lot older than 26, I can tell you.
Certainly would have been
coach's son. Mizunuma.
That would have been the winner, Andrew. Just a minute to go, and had that have gone in, then this stadium would have gone crazy. There's 10 men down, and still they keep playing. Very credible performance from the home side, South China. And here is the crowd now getting things going. They get a little bit of national pride here as well. Hong Kong, of course, against Japan, and great to see.
Very quick free kick taken back there by Yokohama, and Chris again constantly holding on to the shirt of Mike Kavanagh. And I'll tell you what, he's got to be careful, because if Kavanagh goes down again in the box that time, after the 5 or 6 time, it might be a penalty. But it's 2-2 here, and we'll go to a penalty shootout in just a few moments to decide this match. Stay with us. And an easy put away, and not much crowd support there for Kavanagh. He doesn't mind though, but the small Yokohama contingent is behind that goal though.
They are. So, you know, when you're stepping up to take penalties, it's not that easy, I can tell you.
In fact, there looks to be Yokohama supporters there dressed in costumes, etc., and those crowded round, maybe 100 or so, 150. Next up, Datino.
Well, they're certainly going to be giving him a little bit of abuse to try and get him to put off, but as the true professional, which I'm sure he is, you just focus on the task at hand. And everybody says that a professional footballer should score a penalty, but
he does.
It's sometimes not that easy, and there you go, kissing the South China emblem. A little skip and a jump.
Yeah, and some complaints there as well from the Yokohama skipper. Didn't like it, said something to the referee afterwards, but nothing really to complain about. So next up, it's Yosuke Tanaka.
Had a good game, actually, Tanaka. He marshalled the defence very well and dispatched that penalty very well also. Pretty much straight down the middle. And he's happy with that.
Well, Mark, you got it right before. No matter who wins this penalty shootout and who wins the cup in this friendly international, this one-off, South China really have proved themselves to be world standard.
Yeah, it's been a great game and good performance from both sides. And the substitute, and of course, old South China boy as well. Yeung Chin Kwong dispatches that. Similar type of penalty, wasn't it? Just straight down the middle, a lot of power, and the keeper's just dived away. So
as if they needed a confidence boost. South China now second in the Hong Kong League, and he saved it. He has saved it, and the South China boys have erupted, and of all players to miss a penalty, that man Amano, who had played so well in both halves, has missed his penalty. Of all people.
It's a poor penalty, Andrew. Terrible penalty.
It was
really.
A man who put in so many eye-catching crosses in that match, and now it's happened to South China.
Wow, you wouldn't believe it. This game has got everything. It really has, and it's the.
I think he rushed that.
It's a mainland striker.
Yeah, Yang Zicheng.
He's took quite a bit of. Who got booked actually, incidentally, for a dive, didn't he, towards the end there? And again, a poor penalty. Easily, it was the same spot, exactly the same, and it's all square again. Not to worry. This is
Komiyama.
Oh, he's done it again! Saved it, same place once again.
Absolutely brilliant. And will Zhang be the hero of the night? Zhang Chunhui. And Mark, again, they're just not great, not well-taken penalties.
No, not at all. I mean, there's plenty of power in Andrew, but not that I'm any expert penalty takers. I'm certainly not, but it's all about placement. And, you know, they've just smashed the ball 2 yards from the side of the goalkeeper, so he's just got to guess correctly.
Chris scores his second goal of the night.
Well, Chris was having a good evening because he not only equalised for South China, he steps up and shows them how to do it. A big central defender.
Well, Mark, he'll sleep well tonight because he was obviously troubled by allowing Yokohama to score the goal that put them ahead 2-1.
And that's a better penalty. You see, it still had the power, just as the others did, but it, you know, it's all about placement and perfectly placed. Goalkeeper's just got a hand to it, even though he's guessed correctly, but the power's just taken it beyond, and there's no stopping those. So there it is.
That's it. South China.
Well, fantastic stuff for this home crowd and the home side. South China really, you know, you could say deserved it. They played at least a good 20 or so minutes, down to 10 men, and finally coming out on top in the penalty shootout.
And just a quick announcement for those waiting to see Omega Countdown to the Beijing Olympics and our movie Lost in Translation. Both those programs have been delayed slightly because of our extended coverage on this match, the BMA Cup between South China and Yokohama. South China cut down to 10 men for about the last 10 minutes of this match. In the second half, they managed to keep the score at 2-2 though, into a penalty shootout, and South China staying the cooler of the two sides. And Mark, again, as we mentioned when the program started, is South China revival continuing?
Yeah, very much so. And I mean, they've got a big budget this year, and as you say, it's great to see, really great to see. Good for Hong Kong football as well as a whole.
Okay, so that's 10 million Hong Kong dollars for the team. Obviously money well spent this season. South China winners over Yokohama. Thanks very much for joining us. Bye for now.